have to do these videos back to back because I've been so hit this week with all kinds of different distractions, all kinds of different problems and issues bubbling up. That's what happens when you get closer to the truth. That's what happens when you start to pull the rug out from under those that think they have power, those that want to keep you a slave. They go on the attack and they'll do whatever it takes. So anyway, last two videos were super important. There is a reason why it's taking me so long just to get these uploaded, because you're about to see a big collapse, especially to your monetary system. I encourage you to watch those videos. It's really important that you understand why things happen the way they did. If you have to understand your past, your history. If you don't understand that, you are deemed to repeat it. And when you repeat it, it's because you don't understand it. It's because you didn't understand what happened. And then if you don't understand it, you don't know it, you can't change it. You get stuck in the patterns, the program, the conditioning. So that's why it's been very important for me to go back into my greater self, myself, and understand, especially from a healing perspective, why did this happen? Why was this choice made? Why did you do what you did? Why did I do what I did? And then what am I going to do differently? Because I don't know about you, I don't like it here. I don't like the system. I don't like the people. I don't like the energy. And I'm not a slave. And I will not be a slave to a system that disempowers people, pushes them down, makes them feel like they're nothing, that is rooted in evil and fear, and enslaves you in every single fucking system you have. Everything. Look at everything. Your education, your monetary, your judicial, your corporations, your government. There are a select group of people that run everything. And I explained to you in the last video about the fall of money, the collapse of your money, why and how they do it. Now I'm going to show you something that I just learned, which blew my mind. So I showed you the back of the dollar bill, which is a pyramid. Nobody knows why a pyramid was put on the back of the dollar bill. I just explained to you why. Controlling the all-seeing eye is controlling the universe. This is a masculine-driven pyramid. It was used to siphon energy off of the feminine, off of the crystals, off of the earth in order to power the pyramid, in order to power the all-seeing eye, in order to control everything. Because you control the all-seeing eye, you can see everything. If you can see everything, this is the matrix, that all you have to do is control that matrix. This is why they send spirits and other entities out into the matrix to find lights like you and me. When you start to eject yourself from the system, you start to get brighter like a flame, they attack. This is how they do it, through the all-seeing eye. This was done in the back of Egypt, back in the times of Egypt. That's when it all started. Look at it coming back now. Here's the truth. That's the feminine. Chalice. Where's the all-seeing eye? That's intuition. The truth is that the feminine had the all-seeing eye. The feminine is the universe. The feminine is the God. Or godlike energy, or connected to God. She's the one that holds the all-seeing eye. But if you enslave her, oppress her, control her, dominate her, treat her like she's nothing, burn her, or steal all of her teachings, and never let them see the day of light and don't put them into a Bible, then she has no power, does she? Bet you didn't know that. But what happens when she wakes up and she remembers that she is the power? This is her all-seeing eye. This is her intuition. And she's not a slave to the system anymore. And she wakes up and goes, You can't do that to me. And starts to take down their grid. Starts to find all of the people that are in this coven, in this cult, that have been enslaving her and others for eons, thousands of years. And starts to fry their systems, their computers, everything. And starts to dismantle the power base from within and rot it. What happens then? Collapse. Here's the thing that I just learned, which brought me to my knees in tears. I talked about this in I can't remember which video it was, but it was about the dynamics of love, or dynamics of a relationship, excuse me. There's three dynamics that I've found. One is the marriage of a man and a woman, and that's it. They are bound forever, bound for life, and you sign on the piece of paper, and you do that in front of a judge. I'm sorry, not a judge, in front of a priest or whatever, and then those two are married, and they're married for life. They're mate for life. The other is more of the lion and the lionesses, where the lion is the leader of the pride, and he sleeps with all the lionesses, and the lionesses do all the work. The other is the bee, the queen bee, or the ant, where she is the center of all of it, and everyone else works around her and works for her, and she is the extension of that energy. This is really important to understand, because the dynamic of Jesus and Mary Magdalene is so misunderstood. And let me preface this. I get downloads, I get information, it comes to me clearly, which to me is truth. I'm not saying that my truths are your truths. You have to do what's right for you. I'm not telling you what to do. You do you. You are living this life. You're walking this path. I honor and respect that. Respect me as well. Because what I get may not be what you get, and it may not jive with you, and that's okay. You are not meant to be on the same wavelength as me. Okay? And the download that I received is very similar to this love dynamic. Do you want to know why Mary Magdalene, her writings, the Gnostics or whatever that is, why they were hidden, oppressed, suppressed, kept out of the Bible, why she was called a slut and a whore and demonized? You want to know why? Because she was right. She was the power. She was the truth. She was the power behind the man, Jesus, who was the figurehead, who went out and did the work. But she was the energy behind him. Sound familiar? Ladies, in your dynamics, ever been in one of those? Where you extend all of your energy, all of your time and effort, put it into your husband or a man? Take care of the children, take care of the house, take care of the extracurricular activities, give to your man, do a job? Ever do all of that? Only to have your man go out and cheat and lie and steal and all that stuff? Not every situation like that, by the way, but a lot of them. The woman is the power. She's the power source. She's the conduit. Jesus was the figurehead. Jesus didn't die for your sins. Why would he do that? He doesn't even know you. Why would you think about that? Ask yourself that question. Would you die for someone else to go out there and kill someone else or rape a child for their sins? Would you do that? If you would, please put it in the comments and say, yes, you would, because I want you to go do that right now. I want you to take your life for somebody else. Think about that. No, that is not what it was. Jesus put his life on the line to save her, to protect her. He knew, they knew she was the power. She was the one with the knowledge. Jesus spoke it. He was the megaphone. She was the truth. He died for her. And the devil, he was the one to do the final blow to Jesus, looked him right in the eyes before stabbing him, killing him. Mary Magdalene was taken to Italy with her daughter, where her daughter married a king. And they have been protected. The royal bloodline, she is the royal bloodline. Watch the Da Vinci Code. It's true. It's very accurate. Her name is Sophia. That's why they demonized her. They can't let you know the truth. Because Jesus, the man, has to be the truth. The masculine. You can't have a feminine. That's why they're not in the Bible. That's why we don't worship a feminine. We don't talk about God the Mother. We don't pray to God the Mother. We don't talk about Mary Magdalene in a positive way, do we? If you want to control the masses and you want to lie to them, that's the way to do it. Oppress the other side. Demonize it. Any civilization that's been taken over by another civilization, it's the first thing they do, is they take all of their deities and everything that they pray for and worship, and they demonize it. That's exactly what religion did. That's exactly what the church did. Mary Magdalene is the power. She was the power. He protected her with his own life. And the Knights of the Templar protected her and have protected her ever since. And the truth. And that's about to come out. I don't know if I'm the first to tell you this. I might be. You might know pieces of it. But you're about to see it in reality, in the material plane. Your God, your Messiah, is not a masculine. It never was. It was the feminine. It's always been the feminine. She's always been the one that has the intuition. Why do you think you're so connected to all your children and everything, and you feel things more than your masculine does? That's why. And they knew it. And they were preparing, they were trying to get the message out to help people understand. It got oppressed. But that's okay, because the truth will come out. Everyone will know the truth. And I'm letting you know up front. I'm sure I'm going to get beat up for this, but that's okay. This is my truth. If it's not yours, that's cool. You do you, boo. Anyway, I hope you have a great night. Bye.